Two teams, two coaches of the year, and two programs looking for their first state title. We haven't seen the sun for most of the day, but you can guarantee we will see the Suns tonight as they take on the undefeated Kamiakin Braves here at Lamson Stadium.
Well, the last time it was sleepless in Seattle, the headliners were Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. Terry Annie, if you can hurry up and get down here, these bad boys will run out. The road to the Final Four is often littered with Cinderella teams, small schools, and crumpled up brackets. My bracket has been MIA since day one. With only 2 games away from a state title, that excitement's only going to build, and it starts tonight with the Todd Beamer Titans. If the Tri-Cities Fever were a pop song, they would have to be named after Katy Perry and Juicy J's Dark Horse. The IFL's hottest team are 2.5 games back of a playoff spot with 4 games to go.
The loudest crowd roar at a sporting event, not just once, but twice. And if you want to know what that sounds like, just stand next to a jet engine. Ask Jay Frank to keep that thunder and lightning at bay just for a little bit longer so that we can get this game going. At Edgar Brown Stadium, I'm Vince Sapienza. Back to you. When it comes to athletics, Pasco High has seen better days. The Bulldogs only managed 1 win between both football and basketball this year. But when it comes to soccer, it's a different story entirely. The boys in purple were best in the MCC 3A regular season, and today had a shot to bring home some rare hardware for the trophy case. District Championship, Chiawana and Pasco at Edgar Brown. The two split the regular season series, the home team winners of both. Scoreless into the second half, but look at this play from Emilio Moraz Rodriguez. Heel flicks the ball to his teammate, gets it back, finds, locates, and then puts the through ball to Hector Magana on the run, and he is deadly from that close range. Bulldogs go up 1-0. Now, fast forward to 5 minutes left in the game. Chiawana looking to even things up. Uriel Arroyo sends one in the box, gets flicked onto net. Jonathan Rojas is there on the line. The Hawks players say it was a goal. The refs say no. Next thing they know, Pasco with a PK and Miguel Chavez puts it on ice. The Bulldogs claim district champions. They'll play Central Valley in Spokane on Thursday for a bid to state. CWAC Soccer, the Rams and the Vikings fighting for their seasons. Vikings Brennan Ball showing some fancy footwork here, looking for net, but only finds the gloves of Rams keeper Jacob Alvarez. We go to OT. West Valley's Brad Bacon going for the win, but Sila's Joe Dahlman prefers ham to his bacon. We go to shootouts. But in PKs, Bacon was sizzling in this one from the dot to the back of the net. Rams had 6-5, but the Vikes would have the last laugh. Daniel Noyolo puts it away, and the Vikings sink the Rams season 1-0 after shootouts. Sela will play Toppenish this week. Go to the Lamps, Southridge and Kamiakin looking to keep their seasons alive in a loser-out match. And I don't know about you, but this is how refs get ready for a game. Go figure. First half, not a lot of action until Blake Wagger puts one on net. No problem for the keeper, but this next highlight is a problem. The Suns' Luis Solano, given some space, provides a bit of showmanship. Wagger applauds, and the next thing you know, bodies collide, a skirmish ensues. Both of them would get red carded. We would play 10 aside the rest of the game. So this would also go to shootouts. The Braves' Riley Schulman with an extra bowl of Wheaties in his belly makes the save on Elia Ray, showing off the fiber, and then the shooter next showing off the iron intake as the shot rings off the post, and the Suns sets on Southridge. The Braves end their season in PKs 1-0. And over in Walla Walla, the Blue Devils battled the Bombers for a 4A district championship. Richland rallied to beat Chiawana earlier in the day to meet up with Wahai, but couldn't come back on the Blue Devils. Wahai are your district champs 9-8. Well, it's no secret that the Fever are in trouble. After suffering their 6th loss on the season last week at home, they know one more loss will assuredly put them on the outside of the postseason for a 2nd year in a row. The Fever travel to face the Axemen in Minnesota for their first game against the newest IFL squad. And right now it's in the 3rd. Houston Lillard has thrown 3 TDs. The Fever trail by 3 at the break. We'll have a final on that one tonight at 11. Well, every year the NFL draft is full of surprises. Players getting picked higher or lower than many of the experts think they should. And this year was no different. Johnny Football got all the attention nationally, but 5 picks later, here in Eastern Washington, all the attention was on one former Washington State Coug. Dayon Buchanan was taken 27th overall by the Arizona Cardinals. He became the highest drafted Coug since '03, when the Seahawks took Marcus Trufant 11th overall. The 4-year starter for the Crimson led the Pac-12 in tackles and interceptions in his senior year.
I love making plays for my team. I was telling people earlier that one of the best things, one of my favorite things within the game is making a play and all your teammates, earning the respect, like I said earlier. That's why I go out there and I play this game, to earn the respect of my team, my teammates, each and every game, as if I lost it.
Now on to the draft for the Seahawks. It was a slow one for Seattle, but the Hawks used all 7 picks on day 3, going heavy on the defensive side. Cassius Marsh headlined their first 4th-round pick, a defensive end out of UCLA. The Hawks then added some receiver depth in Kevin Norwood. Rounding out the 4th-round picks was Kevin Pierre-Louis, a very athletic outside backer from Boston College. In the 5th, it was a smaller school selection, but a big boy. Jimmy Staton, 6'4", over 3 bills out of Middle Tennessee State to add to the defensive line rotation. And in the final 2 rounds, it was tackle Garrett Scott out of Marshall, free safety Eric Pinkins out of San Diego State, and running back Hero Small out of Arkansas. And for the invincible play of the day, we know Mother's Day is right around the corner, but how about we recognize this father, relieving the mother from watching the kids so she can enjoy the game. Now, with a baby in hand means he has another hand to catch a souvenir, and that's what he does. Kurt Suzuki fouls one back, and this man not only gets a foul ball, but the reward of being the invincible play of the day.
He's so clever.
That is so cool. Like, did you see the kid didn't even flinch? Like, it was nothing.
Just not a big deal. Baby in hand.
Whatever.
Mom, you okay? Good. Happy Mother's Day. Happy early Mother's Days.
After the turnover we had, I thought, we're going to lose. I actually sat down because I knew they made it, and I was like, oh, crap. And then sat there on the rim and just didn't fall down.
10 seconds remaining in the 4th, tied at 65. The Prosser Mustangs had a chance to upset the 2nd-ranked team in 2A at home. But a Mustang turnover gives the Greyhounds a golden opportunity to end it in regulation. What seems like an easy layup turns into the most bizarre non-buzzer beater ever seen. I call it the Halley's Comet shot.
I've been around basketball since I was 2 years old, and I have never seen anything like that.
It was a finish most have and will never see, and one that could not be replicated.
There's no way. Yeah, there's pretty much no way.
Even weeks after it happened, it has become customary now for the Mustangs to start practice trying to replicate the shot.
Oh yeah, we try every day in practice, and it doesn't happen.
So I took it upon myself to show them how it's done.
Easy as that. Come on, boys. Let's try again.
Sure, it took a ladder and a few tries to get it to sit still, but it still works. Now, as we were filming, kids said they were able to get it to sit on the rim while we weren't looking, only to find out it was because the ball was flat, and that just doesn't count.
One of those things I'll never forget, and I hope the kids never forget also.
Now, it may be hard to forget thanks to Case and Blair uploading it to YouTube. The play has been viewed over 2 million times, and it even made SportsCenter's not top 10 list.
Again, the ball doesn't come down. What's a ruling on this? Can we get a ruling, please?
The ruling would be no basket, sending the game into overtime. Now, Grandview did win, but it didn't stop the chatter in Prosser.
Yeah, that's pretty much all everybody was talking about. I mean, they all were like, oh my gosh, it's on TV. Everybody was telling us that it's on these different websites that we've never heard of.
It's got Prosser in the national spotlight, which is always good for a team and a town.
And that spotlight is as rare and bright as Halley's Comet. Vince Sapienza, Action News.